Hello. 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 Got my new mic on. Hello. Have to see how well it works. Anyone who's watching this abroad, you can see the price of petrol. It's £1 million a litre. Middle of fucking what? End of May, and I've got my fucking heated handle grips on and my gloves. It's fucking freezing. Hi everybody. I'm just doing a little video on the way to work, so if you want to watch me going fast and shit, don't bother. It's not going to happen. Look at this pickle. Look at this pickle. So yeah, what I wanted to do a video. I left my fucking indicators on like a cunt. What I wanted to do a video on today is something that I saw in the news that's shocked me a lot, I've got to say. And it's basically about this terrorist attack that happens in London. Now, basically, I don't know if you live in the UK and you're watching this. You live in the UK, you've got to have heard about it. I don't think there's any way that you couldn't have heard about it. Basically, what's happened is this. It happened in London. This soldier, apparently it was a soldier, was just come out of the barracks and was walking down the road, and then these Islamic extremists, I think they were, terrorists basically, pulled up in a car, jumped out of the car and started hacking him to death with a machete. Now, the problem I have with this is that, I don't know, how do I say this without sounding racist? Basically, in the news recently, there's been a lot of bad stories involving Islamic extremists, and and the problem with it is in percentage of crimes committed that end up on the news, more crimes and disgusting crimes are committed by white people. Phil Potts, who lives just the other end of Derby from where I live, yeah, he's a fucking evil bastard. I don't give a fuck who's watching this, even if you're related to him. He was a cunt. I'd probably cut his face off if I saw him in the street. Yeah, and it's things like that. But the problem with it is, because the British Legion nationalists, basically the racists, were out protesting because of what happened to this soldier. And this is the problem, you see. You can kind of, in a fucked up way, understand why people are a bit racist, because you see this thing, and there's nothing to identify them as being a religion, so you can't. When people are racist, they are picking on a religion, not necessarily a skin colour. But the problem is, you can't tell the difference between the religions, because you can't tell the difference between a Christian and an atheist. I don't believe in God. You won't be able to tell me apart from a Christian, except for the fact I swear like a soldier. Not saying that Christians don't swear, but I know it's all a very touchy subject, so take nothing that I say as gospel. But I find it a bit disgusting that these terrorists can come into the country, and they can commit these crimes, the London bombings and this guy getting hacked up, and there's been so many people since it have been caught on suspicion of, terrorist influencers trying to make bombs and stuff like that, and it's like, how do they get away with it? How do they allow them to come into this country? Are they illegal immigrants? Are they just immigrants? Do they just come in, seek asylum, and then do it just so that they can I don't really know, if I'm completely honest with you, but whatever's happening for these people to come in the country is wrong. And this is why I wanted to say don't take anything to say it's gospel, because I'm not talking about, I want to make this absolutely 100% crystal clear, I am not talking about Asians or Africans. I'm talking about Islamic extremists. the extremist part, the bit where they like to kill people to prove a point. That bit is the bit I'm talking about. I thought we were good. I need to get that out of my system. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I need to make that clear because I know what it's like over YouTube. You fucking go 1 inch out of line and people will fuck you over, and I know it's a very sensitive subject. Yeah, I just wanted to see what people think, to be honest. You may notice if you're actually watching this video, obviously, that I've not called it anything related to it because I don't want people fucking typing in shit, because I know they do. Whenever anything like this happens on the news, I type it in and shit comes up. I don't want to get falling. I want people to just stumble across it by accident, probably, a couple of months after it's happened or whatever. So I'm not doing this to get views or anything, you see. I'm just doing it because it kind of, it pissed me off a bit really when I saw this, and made me a bit sad to think that stuff like this happens. And there's people, because these blokes have probably done it, they're not even they probably didn't even do it because of what they thought. They was probably influenced into it by some other person. They were probably coaxed into it, otherwise, I don't believe for a second that anyone can be that fucking stupid to go out there and do it off their own back. They must have been convinced through religious beliefs. And this is one thing why I'm not a religious person, is because it's only someone trying to tell you what to do. And I'm not a Christian or anything, or any religion, and I'm not a bad person. See someone on the street, I help them out. What does it mean not being religious to me? Nothing much really. It just means I ain't got to say I'm something that I'm not. I ain't got to listen to someone else. If I don't think it's right, I won't do it. If I think it's right, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it. I know it's a sensitive subject. Sorry if I've offended anyone. It wasn't intended that way at all. 100% was not intended that way at all. So yeah, thanks for listening. If you want to post a comment, feel completely free to. I'll try to reply. I'm a bit shit at this whole YouTube thing, so you'll have to bear with me. I've got to bear with me. Oh my god, he's a big bastard bear. Bye.